I'd really like to see that C low come and tag 41.75, but it just doesn't want to seem to do it. We don't have the supply yet. We're only 7 minutes into C period, right? It happens, Greg. It happens. Do I have a Merc? Oh, God, I've had a few. Caleb, I live in Saskatchewan. I drive a Nissan because the potholes are the size of the Grand Canyon in this place. Exactly, right? Now, what's going on as we speak? Great comment, FG, right? FG is saying this might take out some longs. What's happening is there's a huge chunk of volume from 77 to 82. So if we don't get any upside over 82, those people will sell out or get stopped out. That's why I don't like the C low. Right? It's natural on a day like this to have a seller at VWAP. It's also natural for size traders to short VWAP to try and buy product cheaper. Okay. So that's the dynamic. Here's that C low. Remember I said, I don't like that C low. I want to see that C low push down to 75. Remember I said they're trapped longs, right? They are supply, right? Here comes that C low. There we go. Right on schedule. Now, and just for fun, as Russell Peters would say, the stops, where are the stops if you're long? The stops are 41.75 and that B low, it's 41.72 half. Bingo, right? You got it? Nice trade, Greg. Nice, Greg. Well done. Okay. It's still early, right? So we ripped the shorts. Now let's take the money from the longs, okay? What we're waiting for is we're watching C to see whether it can get down and tickle 75. When the value area high moves down, it means they sold the position, June, they bought all this and they sold it up here. Then they'll take the market down when the buying runs out, right? People get sick of buying it. So when people get sick of buying it with no upside, they'll sell out. So wholesale will buy all of this back down in this area. They might even run the stops here and break the overnight low and flush it down here. Wouldn't that be fun? So what did I say? I wanted C period to come to the middle. Where did it go? To the middle, to the tick. Look at the volume. There's 20,000 contracts right above the middle. So shorts are going to cover here. Some people will initiate a long. The failure to take out that B low will mean we'll rotate back up. Just when you think you're going to break down, it'll rotate back up. And that's why, right? This is a very mechanical low, which means any kind of a big size order will break that. So if I bought that and we didn't get over 77, I'd be out of my trade. So the trade you'd be looking at is long here, stop 41.74, target 41.77. And if it can't get to 77, get the hell out. See how responsive there's a bid there? Well, because somebody's buying 20,000 contracts there. So there's a buyer. When that buyer fills their orders, the market will drop. Watch. The point of control might move down to here, June. Let's see. Right? Right? You're noticing heavy order flow in that area, right? Because there's short covering at a visible reference, which brings other buyers, right? When that buying finishes, the market will drop. if that buying encounters that supply runs out, like if you're trying to buy 1,000 contracts at 41.75 and a quarter, and you're bid there, you're trying to buy them, and the market runs away from you, you're going to chase price up to cover, right? Because supply is running out. Now, in a quote unquote normal market, 75 should break. They might break it just to run the stops down to 73.5 and then push back up. So if it breaks 75 and you're short and it can't break 73.5, you know the supply has run out. And it was just a stop run lower to flush, right? That's second. The first standard deviation is at 41.71. Does anybody have any questions? Come on. See, boom, June, there you go. There's your point of control. Position has moved back down. So they took it, they sold it, they're buying it back. That's good. That's good, Arlette. Cool. There's 30,000 contracts in a 3-tick radius, in a 3-tick area. How BK is asking, how does the order flow of ES different from that of a stock or a crypto? Well, you have different players, BK. In crypto, you have God knows who, because it's an anonymous market. In a stock, you will have the person or the funds who own the stock at cheap prices, right? You'll have institutional holders, and they'll be trading that stock depending on their investment philosophy or trading, um, their, what they've got set out for their trading plan. So every stock is going to have different order flow, right? ES, that's why I trade the ES, because the order flow is, you get to know it. And that's why I just trade one thing every day, right? So for trading a stock, especially if you're a day trader and you're trading a different stock every day, the best thing to do is use technical analysis, a little bit of profile, a dash of profile, to see whether or not the stock will break your levels, right? It's all about who's participating, June. He who has the gold makes the rules, right? Right. If I'm in a deal and the deal has 100 million shares outstanding and I own 70% of the of those 100 million shares outstanding, I make the rules in that deal. The ring? What's the ring? Oh, there's a book. Okay. The ring to rule them all. Okay, that sounds something. I got to catch up on my pop culture. That C low is holding. Why is the C low holding? Because the trading is mechanical. Now, if you're long, remember I said you're buying 75, 76, watch 79. If you can't get to 79, get the heck out of your long and take the couple of points, right? They couldn't break that 75. They bought 40,000 contracts there. Look at the volume too, right? We're only at 385,000 contracts in these 3 periods. Boom, there's 79. There's your trade, right? Now, have we cleaned the market? Boom, look at that. Once we have the position, this thing will rip over VWAP. See? The profile will tell you that it's not the profile, the volume, the failure to hit that first standard deviation tells you everything, right? Figuring it out is just the first part. Trading it is the actual execution, which is hard. It's not really hard. It's just a matter of practice. And patience, right? Okay. Shorts are now trapped. The stops are at 41.84, 41.85. Do we have all the goodies? Donuts here. Come get your donuts. I'll stop run a dookie. There we go. 41.85, 86 on deck. Boom. Back in the singles. We are over VWAP. 41.93. If we stay over 86.88, we will go back up to 41.93. This was a liquidation break. Thanks, brother. You guys are asking good questions. Keep the questions coming. It makes me teach better. It helps my teaching. We are in the single prints of this day here. Let's see if we fill them out. Let's see. That's good excess. Now, here's the question. When D period opens, are we going to have single prints? Will D period open in that initial balance of AB, or will it open up here? If it opens up here, guess what? We got a gap in another short position in this market. Liquidity. If that happened, that would mean that no, that's not a liquidity is asking is possible that if we saw a 75 buyer, they'd want to entice other longs for help. That's not how it works. Usually if you show your hand, people will take the opposite side of your trade and pick your bones clean. It just happened that right, if I know you're a buyer, right, I'll mess with you. I won't help. That's not how it works. Hey, C Block, how you doing? Man, long time no see. Good to hear. Long from 65. Nice one, brother. You're always around? Oh, good, good, good. Beautiful trading, you guys. Makes my day. Now, can we stay in the single prints? We have 9 minutes left. Let's see what these knuckleheads do. This was a beautiful stop run. Over VWAP. They got the position. That C low told us a lot. I really thought that they would break that C low. When they failed to take out that C low right at 41.75, Jesus, this market the selling just shuts off like a switch. Yeah, you've been with me since the beginning. Good to see you, man. So did I, liquidity. I really, really thought it would break. Yeah, 2 years. See you, Blue Dog. Have a good one, brother. We like to keep the price so people can afford the education, right? Spread it out. There's no reason to gouge people. All righty. They made enough money to pay the stops at the AI, right? Everybody gouges you in this business. That's the philosophy, right? Remember Bud Fox, churn them and burn them. Okay, that overnight half back is just the middle of the overnight range right there at 41.91 and a half. So there's going to be a little bit of selling there. And we're coming up to the first standard deviation to the upside of VWAP. 6 minutes left. We're looking to see if D period opens, we will have single prints up here. And if they don't fill, it means people are short like a you know what, and we'll be looking for re-entry back into the previous day's range, which is just a really creepy thing to happen when you open gap down. See you, Galmic. Have a good day. The replays are posted in, it says replay. Where is it? It's up in the, where is it? JJES session replays. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. It's a good group, man. We have a lot of really smart people who are helpful and help others, which I love. And if I miss something, they'll go, hey, you missed this, JJ. And I really like that, because for me, trading is like a bar fight. We got to go back to back and fight each other, fight our way out of this thing. So we're just lingering at half back there at 41.91, 41.90. 41.93 is a big level. Wholesome. It's good, Marco. And here we're going to tickle that overnight middle, or overnight half back, as they call it in Chicago. If we get over that, see, there's the single prints, right? Right to the tick, man. Those things are so. George, are you still with us, George? Do you see how those single prints, they still work, eh? They're just beautiful. Now, if we break over them, that means we've got a good buying push. We should stop there and go back down. But what they're doing is they're running the stops over the middle of the overnight. So 41.93 and 3/4 is a big level for me. And we have 3 minutes. Let's see if we can tickle it. Breath is decently positive. We should have a little bit of selling here. If we don't have any selling at 41.93, that's going to freak me right out. So the AXS was close. They built up the positions. Trapping shorts now, they're going to raise it up to sell, which will reflect time and volume, bring it back down. Exactly, Mickey. Exactly. We're at night. We're 4 ticks away from my target or my level, not target, I should say level. I want to see how this market's going to interact when we get there. If it rips right through it like it doesn't even exist, that means they've got some size buying. It takes time, Mickey. You know why it takes time? Because you're not used to looking at these charts. It was half back FG. No problem, brother. See, look how it's chewing right through my level. Right now, do we look above and come back down, or do we hit that gap low? Right, which is the previous day's low is 41.95, and that will fill the gap. So we're looking for a gap fill. We're 1 tick away. Gap is filled. And what did I say earlier? If we get back inside the yesterday's range and we accept, for the love of God, don't be short. That's what I call power lines. There's a lot of references in an area. So, and that'll tie the price up. So if the buying is really strong, it'll rip through those. If the buying is weak, it'll get hung up here and come back down. So here we are back for 41.65, 41.93. Once again, trap shorts. Now, oh God, with the single prints, here we go again. So this area, I'll make this red. This is a gap. Poor chart, exactly. This is a gap. If this gap does not fill, there is no supply and the trade will be to the upside. There should be some selling here. But if it doesn't happen, right? Yeah, that 4202 is the second standard deviation, right? So we looked above. We've got 3 ticks of excess. Watch the reaction at 93 3/4. Here it comes. There's a bid there. Not a huge one. Let's see if it holds. See the response? At my level. Oh, it's time for me to go. Okay. Top target is value area low after 97.5. Once you get into value, it's from value area low to value area high. Okay, that's the trade. Look for back and forth. Have a great afternoon, everyone. I'll be in the equities room in an hour. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you.